So today I'm gonna continue where I left off yesterday, and I'll be using mostly Rotos and Initve as my main nukers, and maybe Staltos sometimes, but I will specifically be trying to look for fights where I can also use Mountain King or Mortu, but we will see how it goes. But I definitely need to use the opportunities that I might get to use Mountain King and Mortu, so that I'm less predictable in my teams. But I think I will probably pretty much always pick Necret and Duchess, to be honest. Like Necret, Duchess and Rotos still pretty much every fight. I think with some other champions it will change, it will not be like this, but for now I think it makes sense. The biggest pickle I have, which is very evident if you have seen multiple of my videos, and of course it depends so much on your account and like gear and builds and champions, but because I'm always going second, Rotos can definitely take a hit, but whatever second nuker I use often will not be able to take a second hit easily, and basically my entire team will revolve around trying to keep it alive. And generally for me the Necret is best option because I'm not gonna go first. So of course some nukers might not even need protection like Rotos or Taras or Harima, but something like Initve is going to need it. Okay, let's go with Initve. I mean, Initve of course does have he kind of counters Maritska and Sifi in a sense, but the issue is that okay, these two nukers are not very tanky at all, but alright, is this a bot? I don't think this is a bot, but if he picks some like tanky nukers like Taras, of course, it will be very hard to kill them with Initve, but this team seems kind of reasonable. I kind of want to go with Helicat, but Helicat isn't gonna protect against Rotos A3, but I think I'll still go with Helicat, just so that the Initve can't kill me at the start. He will probably ban the Helicat though, but that means I have Necret, so I will definitely get one of those. I think he's going to ban one of them instead of a nuker in this fight. Oh, he did ban the nuker. That's kind of not what I was expecting, to be honest. I think with both Helicat and Necret I will have very good protection for my Initve. I don't think he can kill Initve very easily, but maybe he will prove me wrong. Even if he can ignore the block damage with Rotos A3, it's not going to be, I doubt it's going to be enough to one-shot my Initve at the start. I think if he had very insane +4 Rotos with very good gear, it might be possible, or like it's definitely possible, but unlikely with this guy. So, or like it's level 98, so no way. But after that A3, I think I should be very safe for a long time. So, and I might just kill the Rotos. Okay, I guess he's gonna get one turn, but I will definitely kill Rotos when my Initve gets his first turn. Probably he's level 98. I'm still not sure if this is a bot or not, but he might not be familiar with Initve matchup. I don't think this is a bot, but I have to double check after this fight. This name is so bot-like, but I'm pretty sure I haven't lost 3 fights in a row. Maybe I forgot about it because I did some testing yesterday, but I don't think I lost that many times. We'll see. Okay, it's definitely bot since it surrendered, yeah. I think the matchup, yeah, I definitely didn't lose 3 fights in a row. The matchup definitely favored me. And the team he picked wasn't really like ultra top team, but it didn't really look like bot team, but his name was totally throwing me off in this fight. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. By the way, have you guys noticed any difference between the different time zones that you play in? Because I feel like right now I'm playing on the early morning time zone, and this might be the easiest time zone to play. When I play on the time zone that is the UTC, I think it's 14 to 16 time zone. Maybe I remember wrong, but the third option on that time zone, I feel like I maybe get harder fights than this one. Maybe it's just very subjective because I've been mostly playing, well, mostly between those two time zones, but lately I've been mostly playing in this time zone, which is like the second one out of those options. There is kind of a big time gap between the second and third time zone option. Like, I never play in the first one, but I sometimes play in like the second, third and fourth one. But I think maybe half of the time it's the second one. It's kind of hard to say specific number because it of course depends like where you live, and I don't remember the exact UTC time zone numbers. I just remember what they are in my personal time zone. By the way, you might hear some weird background noises, like maybe some child screaming and so on. My grandmother is visiting me again with some like of her grandchildren that are a lot younger than me, like I think 6 and 12. So they might make some noise. If they come talk to me during the video, I will cut it out, but there might be some background noise that you will not, or like you might hear and you might wonder what it is, and it's nothing to worry about. Okay, it's kind of threatening, but it's not the worst possible team, but I can't go with Helicat, who I really like. Maybe I will just go with UDK. I'm almost tempted to go with Staltus against this team. But let's go with Initve. Wait, let's go with Cardiel and Initve, because if I can move with my Cardiel before this Ukko, I should be able to one-shot it, and that could be a pretty big deal. Yeah, okay, since he picked UDK as well, I think Cardiel is a great choice. I could almost ban the Harima. That is an option here. Should I consider it? Let's try it. I think this is kind of risky move, but it might work pretty well. Oh, he banned my Initve, okay. That's not good. I wasn't expecting for that to happen. Now I need to buy some... okay, now it kind of looks bad. With all of the Ukko disruption, it might be pretty hard for me to survive long enough that the Stone Skin ends, so I think I probably made a mistake here. I was kind of hoping that he would ban like one of the supports, and maybe I could ally attack him down with Cardiel, like killing the... like maybe he would ban Rotos, or maybe he would ban Necret, and then I would ally attack the... what was the other nuker? I would ally attack one of the nukers down with Initve, is what I was thinking. How did I forget? What? No, not the nuker, I mean the Ukko. Ukko down, yeah, Ukko. Because Ukkos are often very squishy and Initve doesn't weak it on them, so usually I can just kill them with A1 if I have attack buff and they don't have like defense buff or something. Like, I think my Ukko is like 70k HP, which isn't very tanky at all. I think most Ukkos are gonna be something like that, because they will be focusing more on speed and it's hard to make it like 120k HP. I think my Cardiel is in like a speedy build, and it has very good gear that everything has like HP and defense as well, I think. And it's only like 90k HP. I will check after this fight, but it's not tanky at all. Maybe I will do A1 on the Rotos just to try fear him. This... oh, never mind, yeah, the UDK. This is a very low HP Rotos though. I will just go with the A3 though. It's like halfway in the turn meter, but I think my Rotos is gonna move a second time, and I don't want to do those A1s and lose all of the buffs. If I don't weak hit here, I might be able to kill the Ukko. Or yeah, I would be, okay, but that's a weak hit. Happens. But yeah, okay, I definitely made a mistake in what I banned. I should have just banned the UTK, but I was expecting for him to let me have my init. But I think, now that I think about it, since I haven't been using init a lot lately, except yesterday, but people do ban init very often, so maybe that's kind of part of the reason why I feel like I'm doing better with init than other options, is because well, sometimes init gets the win, but maybe he gets some wins indirectly because people do ban him surprisingly often. Like, people don't want to risk fights where he might block the revive. Okay, we're almost closing. Now I can actually just do A1 because I'm gonna lose the shield anyway, and it wouldn't be a big deal if he took extra turn there. But now we're kind of starting to dread the enemy team, and if I can survive a couple turns more, then it's kind of looking like I can win this fight. Oh, he's using Soul Reaper on Rotos. You know what I have said about this one. Like, I think it depends what level blessing you have, and there's a lot more argument for the other blessings. If you're not 6-star, 6-star definitely. What's it called? Not bone armor, but whatever the actual name of bone armor is, but that's the best one. But Soul Reaper is good for the AoE nukers. But if you're a single target nuker, if you're going for a damage blessing, then Phantom Touch is definitely better than Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper can proc on multiple targets at the same time. I do have attack buff. I think I'll actually go for the 8-3 because if he doesn't weak hit, he will die. But yeah, Soul Reaper can proc on multiple targets at the same time. But Phantom does do more damage than Soul Reaper. So if you are a single target nuker like Rotos is, then Soul Reaper is definitely worse choice than Phantom Touch. And the funny thing is that Phantom Touch was actually nerfed. Like, it used to do even more damage, and that was back in the day when I was a Gala main. But then pretty much around the same time that the meta shifted, and I hadn't been using Gala for like a little while, maybe a month, then they nerfed it, and now it doesn't really matter to me because I'm not really using it. But Phantom Touch kind of went under the radar for like, I don't know, half a year. And it was very good blessing, and nobody really understood how good it actually was. The amount of, like, I could get like 40k Phantom Touch procs on Gala, which is like insane, and I didn't have like 5 or 6-star blessing. And if you had 6-star, then it would always proc, and you could proc it even twice sometimes. So if I had 6-star blessing with Gala back then, it would have been even more insane. But even though Phantom Touch is very good, and it's not really underrated anymore, but some people still don't know that it's actually very good. But like, Bone Armor is just insane synergy with Rotos passive, so it's not even like it's not even comparable, in my opinion, at 6-star. Okay, this was kind of a little bit shaky at the start. I wasn't sure if I would be able to do it, but I guess with pairing that I had 1 reviver and 2 supports, and Cardiel was giving heals to my team, which I often lack, I was able to sustain this fight pretty long. usually if I pick something like Necret, Duchess, 2 nukers, and then like Ukko, Helicat, some of those other options, often I don't have really any heals outside of the small heal that Duchess Revive gives you. And if the fight lasts long, then I will lose eventually, because this guy didn't have Siphi, but usually enemies have Siphi, and that one pretty much sustains you, and you don't need any other heals in your team. So I kind of have to end the fights and not stall them, but this time it was the other way around, I guess. Yeah, he didn't have Siphi, and I had Cardiel. Yeah, his team is kind of looking rough, but I'm not really sure what exactly he's picking. I'm not sure if I want to go with Initve here. If he only goes with 1 revive, I could kind of use Mountain King in this fight as well. But do I want to risk that? Nah, let's just go with Initve. I think it's a safer choice. I think... Okay, yeah, kind of depends what he picks. Yeah, I mean, I have to ban Warlord, and if he bans Rotos, then I'm pretty much done in this fight. But I will go with Helicat, I guess. Not UDK. UDK would be good if I had like Harima or Taras as my nuker. Then I think I would go with UDK in this one, but I need the Helicat because they are gonna one-shot Initve. Taras can kill Initve even through Necret. It depends on their gear, of course, but the ones with good Taras gear will easily one-shot him with the AoE, even with like shields and full HP and strengthen and so on. But this guy is kind of not ultra high points and doesn't have platinum avatar, so I'm assuming that his gear isn't that insane, but we will see. The team is definitely tough for us though. He did let us have Rotos. I mean, I mentioned this before, but often in this situation they ban my Duchess because they see that then my team will definitely die at some point. But I actually do prefer this over them banning Rotos, because I do have better chance if I have Rotos, because now I can at least I have a chance to kill him, which I pretty much wouldn't if he banned my Rotos. Also this Harima is in Stone Skin. I'm not sure if it's a good thing for me or not, but when he is in Stone Skin he's not gonna do a lot of damage and it's not very threatening to me. Yeah, I'm just spamming the A2 because, as I mentioned before, Rotos A2 has much better... that stun was unfortunate. Rotos A2 has much better damage multiplier than his A3, but the A3 has the ignore defense, so it's much higher in practice. Should I do the shield? Now let's do the A1. But against Harima, when it reduces ignore defense so much, it really hurts Rotos A3, and actually the A2 does more damage in these fights. Pretty often I get comments that why are you doing A2 instead of A3, that the A3 would kill the target, but that is in fights where I'm against Harima, and the A2 will do more damage because like I mentioned, the A3 damage is reduced immensely. As you saw there, like Initve did kind of okay damage. He did more damage there with his A2 than Rotos would have done with his A3, and that's again because it doesn't have ignore defense, and it just has higher like pure damage multiplier than Protoss A3. I think if I can kill this Harima, then I will be in a very good position. Now when I think my Helicat is dead either way. He's definitely going to hit my Helicat, but do I want to do the shield? Like he will die to that. Maybe he might survive the Taras A2, we don't know. Okay, I think it was kind of close. Since he died, I probably should have just A1'd and forced him to hit it, but it is... But actually, if he has the A2 now, then it's actually good that I let the Helicat die. Maybe he would have... Maybe he now didn't use the A2 because my Helicat wasn't low HP, I'm not sure. That might have actually been good thing, depending on his cooldown, I don't remember. Do I want to do the AoE again? I'm not quite sure if I want to do it. I'll do it. Yeah, probably... Wait, what? Why didn't I get hit by the Taras A2? He just hit him with A1. That's confusing. Can I kill the Taras? I don't think so, but maybe close. Oh, that's pretty close. What do I want to protect? I think definitely Init. He doesn't have immunity. He needs it. I'm not sure if I can kill the Mariska here. Let's go for Harima. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, as you saw, that wasn't even a weak hit and it only did 20k damage. That's so funny. I didn't want to kill the Taras because if I can get... Oh, fuck. Fucking heals. I was thinking that if I can get one A2 on Init, it will get proc revive, but that was a big mistake now. Well, my Rotus is faster than Initve. If it takes a turn before Initve, it might still be... Maybe I can take him to low HP and then finish him off with Initve. It might still work out. Oh, okay, he got taunted either way. I should have just killed this Taras. That was a big mistake. Okay, we lost the fight. I'm not sure if I would have won it, but I definitely would have had a better chance if I just killed the Taras, but mistakes happen in these long fights. Yeah, I was hoping to block revive the Taras, but I was getting a bit too greedy. Should have just killed it and played the long game. But it was okay. I mean, I will know next time to not do it, and we still did pretty well against a strong team like that. And I definitely know that the Helicat pick works against those kind of teams. We were I mean, that was a very strong team, and we were still able to stay in the fight for a very long time, especially considering that we didn't have any reviver at all in the team. By the way, one interesting thing happened yesterday, and that was the new update. There were several things in the new update, of course, but one part that I didn't see people talking a lot about... Wait. Gerga. What do I want to go against Gerga? He's gonna CC my team. Should I go with a cleanser maybe? Maybe I'll go with Python. Yeah. Let's change it the other way around to get the polymorph up in the team order. But with the new patch, they made it so that you can... It's like 48-hour cooldown, and you can use 1000 of the classic arena tokens to get a chest which gives you normal divine sets that you will get from gold chests, but you can also get mythic pieces from it, which I didn't get yesterday, but apparently you can get them, and many other people that I was talking with got them. And I guess you might be able to get divine mythic speed pieces, which is kind of interesting because I think that might even bump up the divine speed set in my tier list a bit, because now it has greater potential than it otherwise would have. And not just that it has greater potential, but okay, I won't go within it. But now you can actually get a lot more divine sets than you would have been previously, because the only ways that you could get it is from weekly arena chests, which you can't get if you push platinum, or from buying packs. So basically, if you're a player that doesn't buy packs like me and you push platinum, you will never be able to get divine speed sets from anywhere, but now you can, and those people that might get it from the other two sources, now they have one more source, and it will give them a higher likelihood to get a pair of good pieces on it, and you might even have a chance to get a mythic piece. Okay, he removed my stone skin and didn't get polymorphed. I think that was definitely very unfortunate for me. That wasn't a good RNG. Yeah, that's very unlucky. Like, he definitely got lucky there. It's 50% chance to remove the stone skin, and then there was 2 champions in polymorph, so I think I should still get revived. Okay, now come on. Okay, that would have been BS if he even got like no weak hit there and he would have actually killed it. But the Python is so strong that it might even be able to take a non-weak hit in that situation. But it kind of looks like very bad for me. That opener kind of screwed me, because I was hoping that Python would be able to cleanse his team, my team, but he actually removed the stone skin and didn't get polymorphed, so it went the worst possible way. And Rotos is so low HP that he can just kill it. He hit the wrong target here because Python revived Rotos, which means that he was at 50% HP, so he could have one-shot my Rotos, and I guess that kind of caused the fight. I can still lose this, yeah, but now it looks a lot better than it would have otherwise. My Rotos could get frozen one more time when he hits the Kurgo, we will see. And the Kurgo, I guess, can do double hit on my Rotos. Come on, please remove the... no. Dude, I'm having the worst RNG against this guy. He gets everything right. The Mastery doesn't remove the freeze. My Gurgah gets frozen when he A1s the Gurgah. The Gurgah removes stone skin, and he freezes everybody without getting polymorphed once, and everything went the best possible way possible for him. I mean, I think if we did this fight, like, I shouldn't lose this fight. I would win this most of the time, so that was kind of unfortunate. I don't think it would even be close to 50%. I think I should win that fight like 9 times out of 10 or something. Definitely more than 50% of time. But it happens. I wasn't expecting to lose that, to be honest, because it looked like the matchup was heavily stacked in my favor, but the Gurgah really did a number on me. Gurgah actually used to be meta at one point. I think not many people even know, never mind remember, because it was only for a while, but I think it was around like 2 years ago at the start of the summer. So basically exactly 2 years ago. I think, yeah, 2 or 3 years ago in summer. I think it was 2 years ago. But for like maybe 1 month or 2, you will see like half of the top teams, like top 20 teams in classic arena defense with Gerger. And it was kind of a meta thing, and then it pretty quickly people stopped doing it. And I don't remember what happened, but something happened and people stopped doing it. But that was in those days when every reset defense was pretty much like... Wait, maybe I don't want to go with Initvi against this guy. Every reset defense was like Warlord. It was often double reviver, like Warlord, Dutch, Siphi, Axe without nuker. Or then it would be Warlord, 1 reviver and 2 supports. And Gerger was kind of doing the same job as Warlord, but I think you would often use it in team with like Siphi and Valkyrie, I think. Or Siphi and Hegemon. Either one of those combinations. This looks kind of weird team. Let's go with Python. Is he trying to like school me that he's gonna kill me with Skull Crown, or what is this? I could ban the Arbiter. I think banning the Arbiter is actually kind of funny choice here. My nukers might be faster than his like anything. Like I'm not sure how fast the Kaimar is, but okay, he banned Marotos. I was thinking that Marotos might actually be faster than his Kaimar, which would have been very funny, but okay, he banned it. I don't think my Mountain King can take a hit from Baron, but yeah, it could be weak hidden by the Kaimar. Good. Not sure who is gonna go first, my Mountain King or his Baron. Oh, he removed the stone skin from Python, that's not great. Can I survive with all of the Python? Okay, what? He did 50k. I was expecting that maybe I can barely survive with Mountain King because all of the buffs that like Python reduces the damage 5% per buff, and I think I have like 4 buffs on Mountain King, and he's very high HP, but that wasn't... I was expecting a lot more damage than 50k. This is my Mountain King build. It's decent, it's nothing insane, like it's okay speed with okay HP and crit damage. They're not that high, even the HP isn't that high considering he has like so high base HP, but it still looks ridiculously high for a nuker. I guess I could, yeah, both of these are ascendable, so I need to farm more oil to this. And there's definitely room to group these pieces a lot more, but for now he's not one of my main champions, and I'm not using any HP nuker in my main team, so I haven't done it, but if I happen to use them, I will do it. This piece is kind of weird, and it might seem odd that I have ascended this, but Mountain King of course scales also with attack, so it's kind of okay for him. Maybe slight waste of oil, but I still wanted to do it. And I will do these 2 pieces soon as well. But for now I'm not gonna spam 6-star glyphs on them unless I pull a Taras or something. But yeah, I kind of have Mountain King as an option in fights where maybe enemy team picks 1 reviver, like only Siphi. Maybe like Siphi and Harima and some kind of team where he can kill it. I'm also thinking that he might be decent against bomb teams. With shields and his high base HP, he might be able to take bomb damage and even if he's locked out, he can probably just kill a squishy bomb team with A1. And then one more thing where I might use him is that against Helicat teams, he can ignore block damage with his A3, which doesn't hit super high, but it might be enough to kill a squishy champion, so... That is very niche though, because I can't use him against Helicat team that has UDK, because everything is single target hit. And usually those Helicat teams are always gonna use UDK, but maybe sometimes they won't, or I ban it, so... In those kind of situations I'm planning to use him. The one part about Raid I really like, and RPGs in general, is that I like theory crafting and planning, so all these kind of situations I have thought about and I have planned ahead. Why am I using what champion, and why are they in like what kind of build and speed and so on. I think I want to go with... Wait, it kind of depends what revivers he picks. I might not want to go with Initve in this fight. Maybe I will go with Saltos, but no, I will go with Initve because I want to save the support as the last pick, and maybe I'll go with Helicat. But yeah, in RPGs there's a lot of room to try make builds and come up with different strategies, so that's the part about these types of games that I really like. I mentioned it before, but I grew up... Well, I have played tons of different games. I have also played a lot of MMOs, but I grew up playing a lot of like turn-based strategy games, also real-time strategy games, but a lot of turn-based games like Heroes of Might and Magic, and many games that you have never heard about, like Battle for Westnot and these kind of games. Also like the typical like Age of Empires, Settlers and those types of games. But yeah, it kind of got me hooked into RPG style of games. Of course, I played Pokemon and those types of games too. Often people kind of forget that Pokemon is RPG game too, even though it's kind of unconventional in many sense, but it's definitely still like typical RPG actually. When I was a kid, I spent like insane amounts of time like theory crafting about Heroes of Might and Magic builds and this kind of stuff. I think it's kind of boring opinion, but probably my favorite faction in Heroes of Might and Magic is actually humans. Like, I think Undead is definitely the best faction, but I do like playing with humans a lot actually. It is kind of boring that in that kind of game your favorite faction is humans, but it is what it is. I don't think I can kill the Sifi, so I'll try to kill the Cardial. I don't have attack buff. Okay, he got feared. Maybe that worked out well for us, because next turn he will have an attack buff, and maybe Sifi will not have defense buff and I can kill it. We will see. Okay, that's good. We got rid of the bone armor stacks. He doesn't have any Harima teams, so I think I can just kill the Sifi with A2. It will be close. It kind of depends on his gear and very heavily if I proc Helm Smasher, but he might just die here. Okay, yeah. My favorite, of course it depends how big map you play in Heroes, but I like to play big maps, which I know in the current competitive game, they are not playing big maps at all, and it takes so long time and it's boring. But I like playing big maps, and my strategy was always, or not always, but my favorite one was that I wanted to play with humans, but I didn't really like any of the heroes that you can get on human factions. So I always pick, I don't remember what's it called, but the one that gives you a lot of archers at the start, so that you can get a good early beginning in the game. And then I will try to get some good hero from other faction that has really good end game, like maybe Crackhack or Gundula or something like that. I know that I have mentioned heroes before, and I know that many people here like heroes as well, or used to play it as a child. I think it kind of makes sense because, of course, this is not the exact same type of game, but similar, and I think it kind of attracts the same type of players. And as we know, the community in Raid is a bit old. I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but I don't think there's a lot of like 15 to 18-year-old players in Raid. I think it's mostly like people in their mid or late 20s, and even like 40s, 30s, 50s, and 60s. I think when I look at my YouTube statistics, I have literally 0% viewers that are under 18, and I think I have like 4% that are like above 60. So I think that pretty much says it all. And I don't think there's many young people in our clan either. I think mostly people are in like 30s and 40s. I'm definitely on the younger side in my clan, I think. Yeah, I think we'll go with Helicat and Initve. Initve, of course, can be very nice pick against Cardiel. Not that I know the age of everybody in my clan, but out of the people's ages that I know, I think there's only a couple people that are in like 20s. I think I only know 3 people in my clan that are under 30, which includes me. And I don't know if I should say the names, but 2 other content creators that you probably know. I'm sure there is some other people that are below 30, but I think most people are about 30. And I think many people that have contacted me as well, like from the videos, I know that usually they are like in their 30s or 40s. Which I kind of like in a sense, but I think there's also different types of communities, and I kind of get the feeling that maybe the Reddit community is on the younger side than the community on YouTube. Maybe that's just my bias. Okay, that polymorph at the start was pretty lucky for me. I think it kind of makes sense that he banned Initve, but as I mentioned before, like when they are forced into banning Initve, it's very good for me because my account is heavily reliant on my Rotos, and Rotos for me is so much better than other champions, except Initve in like specific situations, that I rather use Rotos in a matchup where I'm against Harima than not get Rotos at all. This Rotos looks pretty low HP, maybe I can whittle it down a bit with the support damage. Maybe get it to like below 50%, so Rotos can... Wait, can I just kill it with A1? I think I might, but then the Siphi is just gonna revive it, so let's actually go for the Siphi. I think Rotos will die to the... not A1, the A2, the ally attack. I think Siphi won't die to it, but it will be close, yeah. And I think we will definitely protect Duchess. That's my win condition, that I survive the fight long enough, and Duchess is key to that. If he one-shot Duchess there and then he one-shot Necrit next turn, it will be pretty much over. I think I can kill Siphi with A3, but it's actually very close. This is not gonna hit very hard. Maybe like 30k damage. 60k? I think that's very much higher than average. That probably wasn't very tanky Siphi. Usually it hits like 30k against Aremos. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. At this point, when my Duchess is still alive, it's looking pretty good for me. I guess I kind of got lucky with that polymorph though. But I mean, I have lost to the enemy polymorphs many times as well, so... I think I had the... I mean, not sure if the Cardell would have done that much in this fight, but it would have healed, which might have stalled it for 2 turns, but yeah, in the Kurgo fight I definitely got unlucky, so I deserve some fights where RNC is in my side. It's opening like million tabs. I wanted to see the patch notes. Who do I want to pick here? I might almost... Nah, let's go with the nukers. Yeah, I kind of don't want to early pick Inita, but I feel like there is more impact with the support pick, because Staldus would have a very hard time with this team. Unless I can ban the Duchess, then maybe I could win it, but the support pick might impact this fight a lot. Oh, he is going with Ronda. Well, that is a plus for Ronda in a team with speed boost and Necret, so it can definitely destroy me. And I will definitely go with Helica. Maybe I should have actually banned the Siphi in this fight. I think, yeah. I mean, I could ban Necret, that's another option, but I think I'll ban the Siphi. Is that a dumb thing to do? I will have to go through the Necret first, and it's probably in reaction, so I won't be able to kill the Trunda before it gets turned. But at least I have a chance, yeah. I don't get the luxury. Oh, everybody got feared. That's a bummer. Oh, the animation showed it kind of weirdly that Duchess got feared, and then afterwards it removed it and gave her these buffs. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't get the luxury to ban a Siphi very often. Usually it has like UDK or Harim or something that I must ban way more than Siphi. But it is nice to have the option to ban the Siphi. Now, here's an interesting thing, by the way. This used to be something that was relevant, very relevant in classic arena defense, but Ronda can, of course, one-shot Necret through, Rotos through Necret ally protection, but it can't do it if I have bone armor stacks. So otherwise it would be, but not with bone armor. But I do want to protect Duchess in this fight. Okay, that's too bad. I lost my buffs there now. Now he can definitely kill my Rotos with A3. A2, not A3. Damn, my Rotos is taking like million turns into the Duchess whale, the stone skin and whale, and then when he finally would be able to do something, he's gonna die. I hope that both Rotos and Necret dies, but yeah, it doesn't look like Necret is gonna die. And then when I revive it, it's gonna be low HP. Well, he doesn't have any AoE, so maybe it can stay alive for a few turns, yeah. I think I should just A2 the Duchess actually, because I do have attack buff and Initway is probably not gonna... Okay, nice. Not gonna get another chance like this. Yeah, my Initway is in insane gear, by the way. I think it has like 9,200 attack. Can I kill the Ronda through all of this? Not without attack buff, I don't think. It might be pretty close, but yeah. With attack buff it would definitely die, but not without it. Yeah, I guess that's it. The Necret still had stone skin left, so I couldn't really do much at that point. Not sure if I should have banned Necret, maybe I will try that one next time. But yeah, Rotos lost all of his buffs because he kept being hit with the strong AoEs, and Duchess had the stone skin and whale, and that kind of situation happens to my Rotos all the time, so it is kind of annoying. But yeah, I guess the patch that we just got was a pretty major one, because there was several things in it, even though there was no like new content per se. I mean, there kind of was, depends how you define it. Like the new chests and stuff. Speed team, is this going to be a bomb team? It's either going to be bombs or then it's going to be like Baron or Shortshit, and that's kind of hard because I want to pick totally different types of teams against, depending which one it is. If it's a bomb team, I should go with my Bolster Duchess. If it's a Shortshit, I should go with Cardiel. Fuck, I don't have time. Okay, let's see if it's gonna be Cardiel or not. I mean Shortshit. Even if it's a Shortshit though, my Cardiel might just die before it gets turned, so he does have double turn meter boost. I think it's probably more likely than not to not be bombs. Okay, double Rotos. I should have gone with UDK, but he definitely wouldn't be QDK if I picked Rotos there. And now I have to go with the Nuker. I think the Initway is the obvious choice. I'm almost thinking about Staldos here though. Let's go with Staldos. Who do I want to ban? I'm thinking about Kaimar, but maybe not. Maybe actually one of the supports. Yeah, I'll ban the Kaimar. Yeah, Rotos ban was to be expected. In which case, I think, even though Initve is very good against Rotos, but this guy is gonna go before me, and he has double Rotos, not one, which Initve will only have one A2 and able to kill one of them. But in this situation, first of all, Stardust is force affinity, so they can weak hit on him, and he does double hit on his A1. Should we just... we can kill one of them, but Sif is gonna revive it. Let's do it anyway. But yeah, Stardust can kill them with A1 and he can get weak hitted, so he will be able to stay in this fight for a while. And then his A2 is actually also double hit, so I think he's a better choice here than Initve. And even though it does have double reviver, this isn't really a tanky team, so not having enough damage is not relevant in this matchup. Even though the A2 is double hit, I want to do the A3 first to get defense buff. But yeah, that's it. I don't think there's anything else that can happen in this fight. Okay, nice. It's kind of going pretty good today. Everybody is gaining tons of points, so... oh, there's two people now with Gwynthus. I guess Husky got it as well. Yeah, everybody's gaining tons of points and people are kind of closing in into the Gwynthus, but it looks like most people are only like... the other top players are at 3000 points, so they are far below Sato and Husky. But I'm actually not that much below these guys anymore. I mean, I am a bit like a decent amount, but not that much. Like only few days away from these guys, not like weeks away. Maybe like 1 week away. By the way, looking at the patch notes, I love it when it says here, blessing rebalance. That's new stats for champions with 6-star blessings. So you can call it the balance, rebalance, but I mean, we all know that it's just one new way to milk whales and try to get people buy those soulstone packs. Or as I don't know if you can say it in YouTube, but as people in the Discord community like to call them crack rocks. But no, let's not go with that just yet. But yeah, I mean, the change to polymorph, the addition of events for soul stones, so like the soul stone summoning events and tournaments, and then the increased stats to 6-star blessings. If some people were still under the impression that the polymorph rebalance was just a good innocent thing and Plarium was trying to make things better for the game, and it's actually bad for the whales and good for the non-spenders, then yeah, now you know, like that take was only like it was totally wrong. I mean, of course it's a company, and if they do well they will continue the game and make updates and so on, but I don't think there's any reason to pretend that these updates were done to like balance the game or make it fair or anything. It was just to sell more of those soulstone packs, which I guess they felt that people were not buying enough or something. They are so expensive. I have never bought them, and I don't think I will, because the chance to get anything on them is so low, and they are so expensive that if I were to buy something, I would rather buy shards than soul stones. Interesting, he picks a Rotos even though I picked Initve. Is he actually gonna ban the Initve? Because with Taras, I don't think he really wants to ban the Initve, but maybe he will. I mean, I don't think none of these updates really, like, they are not big deal to me, and they don't really hurt me or matter to me that much, but I hope that this doesn't mean that now they have done the rebalancing of the game for this year, and the game is fixed, and now they are not gonna actually fix the balance at all, because that kind of makes me feel that we're not going to see other, like, actually important, like, rebalance updates to this game. Like maybe some way to actually counter polymorph, even though I have mentioned it many times and I know that many people in the comments disagree, but I think polymorph was very good for the game, and it actually made it a lot better that everybody is not always using Ramantuan, Ceres and Kaimar in every single fight in offense and doing like 5-second fights with speed teams. I think polymorph was very good and needed in the game, but with the introduction of champions like Harima and Taras and Marichka, it's kind of becoming issue that those champions are completely dominating the game, and only way to counter them would be with like block passives or even like decrease defense. But I think the issue is, or like the way to fix that is that we need counters to like counters to those champions rather than direct nerf to polymorph. But even though I don't really want, should I go with A3? I think I'll go with A3, even though it's gonna reduce his attack. Even though I don't necessarily want a direct nerf to polymorph, I think we can have it, or we can have something else. But I think there's indirect ways that you can nerf polymorph and introduce counters to it without making polymorph like completely unusable. Like I made a separate video about it, but the one way that to me feels like the best, or there's two, I think, best ways that I'm aware of. The other one is that you make an item set that makes your champion immune to it for 1 or 2 turns. That means that, can I kill the Duchess? I'm not sure if I can. Now let's just kill the city. That means that you will lose a lot of stats on your support if you go like 6 piece on the new set, and you will have a lot of less speed and accuracy, and it will give people options to try to go for resistance builds or counter it with gear. Nice. Or then the other way is that you could simply make polymorph cleansable. I think that would be very interesting, that you could just use something like Mitrala in your team, and maybe if your champions get polymorphed, you can just cleanse it, and that would kind of give new strategy and nuance to this game. But I think we need something like that to polymorph, rather than just making it like bad and unusable. And we need actual direct nerfs to those Taras, Marichka, and maybe Harima as well. And there's many, like, I want to see many more champions buffed, and I think even something like Rotos or Duchess, well, I think both of these could be nerfed, but I think there's other champions that could be nerfed before them. But I think there's many champions that could take some small nerfs, and I hope that they would consider doing stuff like this. I think making small buffs to very horrible champions that are never used is not really helping the meta at all. Like, we actually need nerfs on the top champions. I think maybe I should make a separate video about it, like what champions I think should be nerfed, and maybe like a tier list in order what champions should be nerfed. But maybe if I have time, I want to play live arena as well, but if we quickly take a look at the champions, let's see who I think should be nerfed. I think Yumeko is kind of on the borderline. Like overall, I think lockouts are OP, and I don't think there should have been lockouts at all in this game, or they should be much smaller duration. But Yumeko is kind of needed against the Tara's teams because it's pretty much lockout is pretty much the only way to farm those reliably. But I think, in a sense, both Warlord and Yumeko should be nerfed if we actually rebalance many things. I think Arima passive is too strong, it should be reduced a bit. Let's see. I'm only talking about PvP by the way, I'm not gonna talk about PvE. I think Acresia is very good. It's of course the best damage dealer in PvE, but it doesn't really enable any specific comps. It's just a filler champion that you will use instead of other nuker. So I kind of feel like Acresia is slightly overrated. I think something like Krisk is generally better than Acresia, but I'm sure plenty of people are gonna disagree with that one, but I'm only gonna talk about PvP after this. I think George should be nerfed, honestly. I think interesting way to rebalance is, I don't think they want to do it, but you could make George passive like 100% chance to ignore defense and then reduce the number. Maybe make it like 15%, because he does way too much damage. Like, even though my Duchess is in insane gear, this charge it can easily do like over 300k damage on my Duchess with like single hit, so that's stupid. And he has the highest dealing damage dealing A1 in the game. This A1, even though it's super RNG, it can do some ridiculous damage. But yeah, I think short-hit damage could take a slight nerf. I think many people might even be okay, even short-hit owners, if you reduce the damage like in total, but also make this passive 100% chance to ignore defense. I think people would be more okay with that than, let's say that you make the damage mitigation or the defense ignore 25%, but keep it that 50% chance to proc. I think make it 100% and maybe make it like 15% or whatever is a good number. I think that would be good change. It is too short, it is so situational that you can't always use him because you need to go first and he's always gonna get one-shotted. But because he has so much raw damage, it's kind of making many types of defense teams unviable, basically. Because like you need to have nuker in your defense. I mean, I'm not sure if I really want people to go with stall defenses again, but if you don't have any nuker in the team, George it can definitely kill any type of team eventually if he just doesn't die. So it's kind of making those style teams unviable because George's damage is just so over the top and he does like many times more damage than other champions. I think Siphi needs a nerf. I think she has gotten some nerf like very long time ago, but she does way too many things like way too well. Like it has the best A1 that sleeps, the A2 is insanely good. She's kind of the only champion that can be used in teams where you need increased defense, and it's also like a speed booster, so it does everything. The A3 or the revive revives you with full turn meter, which I think is a huge deal and is like is very critical. I think it's okay to have this skill on your champion, but not okay when everything else is so good. So I think I would consider either nerfing the A1 or A3. I think one of them needs to get nerfed. Like, I'm sure if everything gets nerfed it will be too much, but I think one of those two needs to like go or take a hit. And even the passive is insane. It just heals everybody like all the time passively, even if she sees it, and then it also has a chance to remove some CC from everybody. I'm not sure what you guys think about UDK. I mean, UDK is very meta defining right now. Many people might even think that he should be nerfed, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. He's kind of one-hit wonder. The reason that kind of makes him good is that you have stone skin on him, so I'm not sure. Maybe having some other ways to counter stone skin bombs are kind of hard to often pull off, or maybe if we get some good bomb champions for PvP, but I'm not sure if UDK should be nerfed. I think I'm kind of 50-50 on it. And I'm totally fine with Rotos getting nerfed. I think Rotos is like too good, but the fact that Harima and UDK are so strong and like common and popular, it's kind of keeping Rotos in check. And if you saw the statistics about Gold Live Arena, I can show you the Reddit thread. Apparently it was some Hell Hades statistics, but Rotos was only, I think, 40% win ratio. He was one of the most big champions, but his win ratio was actually very low compared to the other champions, and that was because UDK and Harima are so good. Where is it? I'm so blind. Where is Rotos? Oh, okay. There is Rotos. So pick rate is 32%. So like that's very common. It's one of the most popular champions. But win rate is only 41%, which is kind of low. So I think in vacuum, Rotos should be nerfed. Like not like massively, but you could nerf Rotos one more time. But Maritzka and not Maritzka, UDK and Harima are kind of keeping him in check. So I think in the current meta he might not need a nerf because of it, but you could consider it. I think even Dutch could take a nerf, but I think Siphi is kind of I think if you nerf both of them I would be okay with it, but if you nerf Duchess and not Siphi, I think that would be BS. But of course everybody's using Duchess if they have it, though in live arena I think Siphi is more popular and generally better, but it depends on the matchup on the team. I think you could consider nerfing something about the whales with Duchess, because she can make your team like it can be very annoying that you can't hit anybody in the team, and she not only does it with the A2, but then if you happen to kill somebody in the team, then she will also get the whale up again with the A3, and it might take many turns that you can hit anybody in his team. Oh, fuck. Yeah, maybe I think I still make a separate video about this, but I just want to quickly go through it. Yeah, as I mentioned before, I think you could slightly nerf Warlord. I think both lockouts you could consider nerfing them. Back in the day, I would say definitely nerf them, and I don't like the idea that champions can completely lock you out, but they are kind of needed because people are so tanky nowadays with Stone Skin and Bolster and Harima and Siphi, Taras, this kind of stuff, Maritzka, that you kind of need lockout, or otherwise you can't even kill those teams. Basically, the only thing that can kill those teams without lockout is Georgid, but Georgid is not able to take hits from Taras, so it kind of balances it out. Yeah, I don't think there's too many champions that really need to be nerfed. It's only a couple champions, but they are just totally overshadowing the meta. Like, I think something like Turvold, who is considered maybe the best nuker in... Well, he's definitely the best nuker in Classic Arena offense right now. Not really as popular in Live Arena, but he's a top tier champion, but he isn't like OP. I mean, he does insane damage with his like the scaling that he scales from the buffs, but he isn't like OP in vacuum. He's OP. he's good in specific counters to specific comps to counter specific teams, but by himself he isn't OP. So I think he's the right way to have a good champion. But I don't think he really needs a nerf, even though he's like the hardest hitting champion in like the practical meta game usually. Everybody's using, if you're not familiar with it, everybody's using Turvold with like Lockout and Necret, and then one more champion kind of depending on the comp, but it might be Shamael, it might be something else, and they are using this team to farm Tara's teams. And he's like pretty much the only champion that can kill targets through UDK, and it can even one-shot Taras, which is like insane, and basically nobody else can do it. Shamael can do it in some situations, but he can do it better, and basically nobody else can do it. But he's still not OP, even though he's very good. Yeah, I think that's about it apart from like these two. I don't think like Baron is almost like out of the meta. I think Baron is way more balanced than Georgid. Even though Baron hits insanely hard with his AoE, but because his other skills are not threatening and he's not tanky, I think this is very balanced and it's not that big issue. This one skill can one-shot anything, but if you can survive it somehow with like Stone Skin or Ally Protection or something, then you can counter this. But Georgid is a bit different. And of course, Taras and Maritzka are insanely OP, but let's not get into that. Let's get back into the fights. I think I probably spent like good 10 minutes doing a rant that I wasn't like planning ahead to do, but I wanted to be more like, what's the word? Not productive, but like something between productive and positive. I can't recall the word in English I'm meaning right now, but like try to give some actual feedback and my ideas that what we should do. Not just generally complain about things, but actually try to like say what I think should be done. Not that Plarium is watching my videos, and even if somebody linked it to them, I'm sure they don't care about random players' opinions, but I guess it's content and I can vent my frustrations and maybe like maybe give some feedback to somebody that might give it to somebody else that might impact somebody. Who knows? But yeah, now that I took a closer look at the champions, it's really only a couple champions that need to be nerfed. Plarium could totally do it in one batch. They just look at the statistics and like maybe even talk with actual players. Or wait, did I accidentally pick Rockney instead of Duchess? Okay, that was a mistake. What? Did I misclick? Oh yeah, I totally misclicked there. Well, we will go with it. I think it's geared. I mean, yeah, I think that one is in bolster, so it's kind of okay. Let's go with Init and Duchess. I guess we'll go with. I think he does attack buff, so we can go with this double comp. But yeah, it's only few champions that need to be nerfed. If they did it, PvP would be way better and more interesting. Of course, they shouldn't all be nerfed the same way. Some of them should be nerfed a lot more than others. But if they only nerfed like those 10 champions or so, a bit, or some a lot, but Arena would instantly be way more interesting. And I think more people would do live Arena, and we could kind of have like a new renaissance in this game, that people are coming up with new strategies and team comps and making videos about it and making Facebook posts and whatever, the kind of stuff that they like, that the community is active. Anyway, that's a very long break. I need to drink some soda and chill a bit. I was playing with Legos on the morning and hanging out with children, so I had like a lot of time to think about this stuff like while I was doing it. I think they must have gone to swim or something, because I don't hear them at all anymore. It got very quiet. I was hearing like background sound for like the entire video up to like maybe last 10 minutes. Okay, so I kind of trolled myself with the Brockney pick, but the reason why Brockney was there, even though I have not been using him, like he had the marking that he's the whatever arena marking, and that was because he's geared and he's an option that I can use in live arena. I guess I kind of did a thing that I made lemonade out of lemons, because I accidentally picked the Brockney, but I knew that he was in bolster, and now I have like 2 attack buffs in my team, so I went with the slow bolster Duchess instead of the fast stone skin one. And this is kind of interesting synergy now, because Brockney passive will do damage and it can kind of hurt the enemy team. And it made my team very tanky. Of course, I'm sure this guy who is a bit low rated and doesn't have platinum avatar, he probably doesn't have the best gear in the game, so this isn't like the hardest fight, but I guess we got Brockney in the video. This wasn't intentional. I didn't do it for clickbait, or I mean, maybe I will clickbait with Brockney, but I didn't do that on purpose. It kind of happened accidentally. I was too like I was too emotionally invested in my rant about the balance in this game that I didn't pay attention. But what do you guys think? Do you disagree with me something like, out of the balance updates that I mentioned that I will do you think I left out something that is very important, or do you disagree that one of them we shouldn't consider any kind of nerf on them or something? Because often, I mean, I'm fully aware that always people don't agree with my opinions, because I'm very like in-game and competitive. So often the stuff that I care about and my opinions about the game balance, they are not always shared by the community, and I'm in like a bit of a bubble, and it's not always the perspective of everybody else. But yeah, probably the type of players that watch my videos probably would like, I mean, I'm sure you guys are more PvP focused than most people, so probably there shouldn't be massive disagreements, but maybe there is. Anyway, I guess I only got like 30 minutes left to do live arena, and then I will have to go back playing with Legos. I don't think I have played with Legos in like I don't know, at least, well, 15 years. Well, more than that probably, but I don't recall exactly the last time I did it. I used to play with Legos when I was younger a lot. I did like them, and my parents did buy them for me. Not like insane amount, but a decent amount. I think I haven't been really following that stuff a lot, but I think Legos used to be more popular back in the day. Maybe I'm wrong, but I used to see a lot of Lego commercials. Like when I was watching Pokemon in the morning, there was like Bionicle advertisements and so on. Lego Star Wars and Bionicle and that kind of stuff. This is a very weird team. I have no idea what he's going for. Maybe I will go with Mountain King again. Yeah, I kind of feel like going with Mountain King. Let's go with Duchess actually first, so that I get some bolster in my team. I mean, polymorph and bolster. I have double bolster now if he goes with bombs or something weird. And then as my last pick, I'm gonna go with Mountain King instead of Initve. Mountain King might... Okay, yeah, he went with bombs, yeah. I was kind of expecting something weird like this. So Mountain King is gonna be high HP, and he might be able to take a hit. And this kind of squishy team he can definitely kill. And he can hit targets through the Helicat block damage, but I'm almost thinking that I should ban it. No. Actually, I almost made the mistake of banning Helicat. Let's ban the Arbiter. He's definitely not gonna have enough damage to kill me if I ban his Arbiter. Man, I think I probably would have won either way, but banning his Helicat would have been stupid. The fact that he doesn't have attack buff makes the bombs like not threatening at all to me. Like, they are not gonna even break the shield, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he has like any way he can kill me with this. Maybe he proves me wrong, but no way. Yeah, it didn't even kill the Duchess in Stone Skin, so yeah. Attack buff makes a small difference if you're using a bomb team, because you're ignoring the defense and you're just relying on pure like attack damage scaling, so you need to have a lot of attack. It's a bit different when you can also ignore a large amount of enemy defense with like he fully ignores enemy defense, but with the other skills, wait. Okay, I guess I don't really need to think here. Yeah, this skill will go through block damage, so should I? Yeah. Yeah, so like when the bombs already have the defense ignore built in, you need to go full on the attack. You're not scaling from crit damage or anything, so you always need to have attack buff in the team. But yeah, this guy was a kind of high rated player, so I was a bit I wanted to think my team carefully, but I think he kind of ended up maybe picking the wrong team or something, but this kind of team isn't very threatening to me at all. I guess we kind of unintentionally got both Broctin and Mountain King on the video, so I'm kind of showcasing like more rare options that you might use. I'm definitely going for wins, so I'm not like trying to pick bad or rare champions just for like content. I mean, I might do it for fun and content, but I'm like as like secondary reason. But the primary reason I'm picking these champions is to win. I mean, the Brocklin pick was like accidental, but the Mountain King is definitely something that I'm kind of keeping as a pocket pick that I might use sometimes, but not commonly. But it is a purposeful counter that I'm using. I mean, I have mentioned it before, but it's specifically against those bomb teams and Helicat teams and some teams where Initve just is not able to survive, and maybe they only have one reviver like Sifi, and I can actually kill it with Mountain King. Against a team like this, I'm definitely not using him. Probably I will just go with UDK because he already picked both Fifi and Rotos. So let's get UDK high in the team order for the polymorph. Yeah, I think I'll actually pick my Rotos, because even if he picks UDK here, he still has to pick one Nuker and UDK, which means that I can definitely ban the UDK. Okay, he went with UDK and Helicat, which is kind of annoying, but... Should we go with UDK and Helicat as well? Yeah, I think it's very likely that he will actually ban my Rotos, which will be annoying, but... I don't have a lot of heals on my team. Well, I guess a bit more than usual with the UDK. Interesting, so he did ban my UDK and not Rotos. We will definitely win this one then. I can just... He doesn't have Harima or UDK in the team, so I can just straight one-shot the Helicat through the block damage. It won't even be close. I guess I will have to take few turns of Rotos damage, but the Helicat is not gonna annoy me with the block damage after the start, and he's not gonna do any damage and threaten the Initve. I will just kill the Helicat. Well, I guess I won't be able to hit it right away, but when I can. Yeah, Initve almost died there. I think a very strong Helicat will just one-shot him, even through everything with full HP. I mean, the shield isn't doing anything, but he still does have ally protection and strength on. But Initve's base HP, I think, is like 14k. Damn, that Duchess Whale is really doing a number on me. I guess I'll just start going for damage. Oh, okay, he got one shot. That's actually not good, but okay, yeah, Sifid also doesn't have block damage anymore, so... And my Rotos is about 50%, but maybe if both Helicat and Rotos hit him, he might die. I think if my... Wait, can I just kill the... He does have attack buff. I think I can just kill the Duchess. Okay, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I mean, my Initve does have very good gear, so he actually is starting to be very threatening at this point. Let me show you the gear. Okay, that's not looking great, but we still have the revive. I'm sure, like, often when I use Initve, and then people are like, how is your Initve doing that much damage? Of course, he's in a very good gear. I will show you after this fight. It's not like he has the bestest scaling in the game, so you need good gear to pull off that kind of damage numbers. But as you can see, he definitely does have the potential to be annoying to the enemy team. I guess here he didn't really get to do his actual job, which is to use the A2 on Rotos and end the fight at the start, because of all of the whales and the shenanigans that he pulled on me, but he was still okay. And he is good combination with those ally attacks. They are very good for him. Both Necret and the Cardial. And that's why I really like this fast Necret build. I wasn't using it at the start of the live arena, and I was only using my slow reaction one, but I actually do prefer the fast one a lot in live arena. This one is in refresh and it's very fast, and the other one is in reaction and it's like 0 speed. Okay, so here's my initial build, and I know I always do this mistake in every video that I forget to like move myself when I show things. So now I'm actually one of the first times that I'm showcasing it properly, that you can actually see the gear. But as you can see, the initial gear is very stacked, and these are the boots that I only got a few days ago, which kind of made this build a lot better. Without these boots, this build will be way slower. It is not really as fast as I would want it to be, but I want to go high damage on him rather than like ultra high speed. But if this build was like maybe like 180 speed, I wouldn't like this build, but this kind of speed is acceptable. And of course, when he has very high damage, I can kind of try to abuse the ally attacks with him. But yeah, he's almost 10k attack and he's even empowered, so that is pretty ridiculous. But I think he has base attack of like, I think it's, let me check, I think it's 1721 or something like that. I don't recall it out of top of my head. Wrong champion. Oh yeah, 1729, so I'm not sure if that's the highest, but it's definitely one of the highest attacks. And of course his multipliers are not the greatest, so it can be kind of misleading that he has very high attack, so it kind of balances it that his multipliers aren't like crazy. And Initve did get a buff on his A2 some time ago, so he has actually gotten one buff. It was one of the, I think, smallest buffs we have ever seen in this game, but it was kind of a buff on a champion who needed it, so I do appreciate that one. This is pretty high ranking opponent. He doesn't have the 2.7k avatar. I wonder if he hasn't gotten it, and he will get it if he wins this fight. He's going with speed team, so it's again going to be either bombs or charge it. So what do I want to do here? Damn, I always need to make choice because it depends which one he picks. Okay, yeah, let's go with the nukers. Yeah, let's go with the nukers. This Duchess isn't good against a team like this. Like, the other one would be better, but all of the other ones are okay, so maybe if we can make a good last pick, we might be able to. Okay, so this is the Georgie route again. Should I just go with UDK actually? With the double speed boost, I'm definitely not going to cut in with my Cardial. Ukko, if he steals attack buff, might be very threatening to them. UDK might be another option, like he might redirect them. Let's go with UDK. With UDK, he can't one-shot my Duchess when he uses the A3, so that can kind of give me a chance to survive the start of the fight and maybe pull off a revive with Duchess. I think if that happens, that's my only way to win this fight. But yeah, I think he really wants to win because he will get the 2.7k avatar from this win. So I will be kind of a jerk if I do win this one. Okay, is he gonna open with the A3 or not? My UDK is in reaction, so if he does do it, there's a high chance that he will survive. Okay, I think I will probably win at this point. I think so, yeah. I think I was actually... It was maybe in comments or DMs, but somebody was just mentioning it to me the other day that I should try counter this George more with UDK, and he was right. I mean, I was thinking about it too, and I have done it before, but it was the right decision. Can I just... No. Yeah, the Mountain King hits very hard with the A2, but outside of the A2 he's not gonna do insane damage. Let's protect... okay, he got feared. I was gonna protect the Mountain King to get ally attacks with him, but that is kind of issue. I mean, it can definitely be strength as well. It depends kind of how I use him, but Mountain King isn't gonna be protected by Nakarada, but that can of course be a good thing. Both of these nukers have multi-hitter A1s though, so UDK isn't totally gonna overwhelm them with his passive, but I was mostly using him for the redirecting the A3. Now, I wonder if I should go for A2 or A3 here. The A2 can be very risky, but I think I want to gamble with this risk. But okay, well, my UDK doesn't have high accuracy, so that it doesn't get polymorph, but I was kind of still hoping that I would maybe play some fears or attack downs on them. Maybe I can still do them with Nakarada. Okay, there's one attack down. Can I get the other one? Okay, 2 out of 2. Great. Damn. Mountain King is actually doing a good job here. I think we can definitely still lose it though, but I'm pretty happy that I was able to even do anything against a team like this. Mountain King was able to take the what's it called? The Leorio's AoE nukes like a champion. Yeah, I think I'll just kill the George. Yeah, he's kind of this is kind of looking bad because I'm not able to finish off the fight. That is the big issue with Mountain King. It's kind of looking bad now, actually. Yeah. He has defense. Oh, he got polymorph. Good. Maybe. Damn it. Is the George gonna go before me? He might with all of that. Yeah. Damn it. Mountain King is dead. Does he have? Okay. If he has, yeah, it's over. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! It almost looked like I had this, but I think it's over. So much turn meter boost that I'm not able to finish off the fight. Can my Duchess survive 1A1? Probably not. Maybe if I get lucky. Okay. Well, I gave him a hard fight. Yeah, it was the issue that Mountain King does single target damage, so and doesn't have extra turns like Rotos, but it was a good shot. I think how could I have done that differently? If I used another nuker, they would just die, so maybe against this guy specifically, something like Arix might have worked actually, but I think it's very rare to find situations where Arix is good. Yeah, I will have to think about it. Maybe you guys have some ideas, but I think I'm definitely onto something here. Oh, of course, if I had something like Taras, then that wouldn't have even been close. I would have totally destroyed that guy and he would have had zero chance of winning, but I mean, it is what it is. Taras would have probably just killed his entire team with the first AoE nuke, and he wouldn't have been able to one-shot him. But the Mountain King A2 does do a good amount of damage, so... Yeah, that's almost good. I don't know if I need to get my Mountain King out faster. It's not like he's slow, I think he's like 220 or 230. But the enemy has 2 turn meter boost champions, so of course they are gonna like lap me pretty hard in that matchup. Maybe they need to consider a Mountain King buff and then I can have a new top champion. I think Mountain King actually had a big rework at one point, but this is like years ago, so maybe he could use another buff. I think Mountain King used to be only attack scaling champion with very high base HP, something weird like that, but they did that thing years ago, so I don't recall the details, but I think they made him scale more with HP. Or maybe he didn't scale with HP at all before that. I don't recall. Either one of those two. But I think maybe if he got a slight buff, maybe if one of his skills was AoE, maybe if the A3 was AoE, which isn't like insanely hard hitting, but it does do damage through the block damage, that could be very interesting. I think if they just did that, make Mountain King A3 AoE, that would be very interesting. I don't think he will be... Maybe I can even be wrong. I don't think that would be totally... Wait, who do I want to go with? UDK? I don't think that would be completely meta defining, but I think that will make Mountain King a lot more interesting. Yeah, I think I want to see that happen. I think that's kind of reasonable too. Maybe you disagree. Let me know if you think that's ridiculous that Mountain King would have AoE on his A3. Maybe I'm being very biased because I have him and I kind of want to use him. Maybe some of those people with +4 Mountain Kings would totally destroy the game with that, I'm not sure. At least for me in live arena it will definitely help though. He might even become my second nuker if he gets AoE on his A3. I think let me check, I think the Mountain King AoE has, or not the AoE, he doesn't have AoE. His A3, I think it's 0.3 multiplier, but let me double check. Oh, I know, I need to put... what's the song called? I'm sure you guys know the Mountain King song. Let me... Oh yeah. In the Hall of Mountain King. I'm sure you guys have heard that old song. I'm pretty sure that's a non-copyright song. Maybe I can use it on this video. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't have copyright. Oh yeah, so the Mountain King A3 does have 0.3 HP plus 1.8 attack multiplier, so actually kind of high multiplier. Maybe AoE would be too much, I don't know. If they made it AoE though, I would like it. Maybe he would almost become a top champion though if you did do it. Can I kill both of the revivers? Okay, I think so. What? 200k. Oh yeah, okay, maybe this guy doesn't have the bestest of the gear. Okay. Can we... Okay, we didn't get one more. I think we... Yeah, I got tons of wins, yeah. Today went very well. We almost even won this fight. I think maybe almost is me being a bit too positive because, I mean, I survived it at the start and it almost felt like I won at that point. But he did have 2 fast champions with turn meter boost and revive, so he was just easily able to revive them and go again. But it almost felt like I was winning this fight. Not really, but in a sense, it was a victory in my in my own imagination. At least I was able to survive the charge hit at the start, and I kind of outplayed him with the UDK, but not really. I don't know if I can really use the Mountain King in the thumbnail. How many fights I used Mountain King on? Only 2, or was it 3 fights? I can't see because everybody's leaving the battle. I mean, if you have seen my previous videos fully, I have been using him in pretty much like all of my latest videos, but usually it's only 1 or 2 fights. I haven't been making a dedicated video with him because I don't think if I pick him in every fight, I will do like well. So I mean, I'm not picking him for like for the sake of it, but because I'm trying to counter the enemy team. But I am kind of liking him more and more now that I found a use for him. I'm pretty sure I showed the build before, but let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, I totally showed the build, yeah. He only has 1 reaction. I think he procced it against the charge, so I was lucky with that one. Oh yeah, we have the... Should I do it on separate video? Maybe I will do the CC scummy thing and I will need to do it on separate video. I think I already... somebody's letting me pull his shards for video, so I will pull my own shards in that video as well. But that's it for today. If you have any opinions about the champion rebalancing or many of the other stuff that I mentioned, then let me know in the comments. And maybe it's time to finally make the Discord so we can have these discussions and talk about it more, because I know that I've been promising it for weeks and I keep getting comments that where is the Discord server and you promised it and why are you like scamming us? But okay, I will get it done. This time it's a promise. Anyway, see you later.